Met Howard about 31 years ago. The amount I learned that first summer about what jazz really was and what defined it was all via Howard teaching us that summer.
He was a piano player, and it was wonderful to have a piano player who could play, and he could play.
What's at play here is where we hail from and where we're bound. Sometimes that starts in a public school band room.
A lot of people think it's just horns. What makes it sound authentic is someone who could improvise. He made us sound better. And then he played in a group with our youngest son, Ryan, and I think it all developed that even much more so.
He was just such a good dude, and I think we all learned how to be better social creatures from him. Why he wanted to hang out with us, I don't know. And I think we all are such better people because of the time that he gave to us. I think about that all the time.
Means a lot. Might get a tear.
It's easy to see that Howard and Zach take pride in their friendship. And it's easy for a teacher like Howard to take note of a talent like Zach.
I first learned it after you graduated and you were in charge of the accounts for us going to London. That's when I knew, wow, this is something.
Zach Halmstad was born in Eau Claire, Wisconsin in 1978. He graduated from North High School in 1996. And from the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire in 2004. Halmstad was intimately involved in 2 hotel renovations in downtown Eau Claire, the Lismore and the Oxbow. And he led fundraising efforts for Eau Claire's Confluence Center. However, the apple of Zach's professional resume is founding JAMF Software in 2002.
One of the stories I used to tell is that the software was so bad and so hard on the computers that part of working with electronic music, you also had to learn how to fix computers because they would break all the time. So that was really, in a lot of ways, my foray into IT on how to keep stuff running.
And then you came up with your idea.
So I'd worked in the IT department at UW Eau Claire. I really got to understand the landscape of what it looked like to manage Apple devices successfully in an organization. And I also got to see how few tools there were on the Mac side or the Apple side to do that. And I got to see all these great tools on the Windows side that they had.
For decades, the city of Eau Claire debated the importance of building a performing arts center. Zach was essential to helping decide the matter, because before there was a Pablo Center, there was only UW's Zorn Arena.
I remember playing John Faddis, who was standing 3 feet away from me, and 3 feet above his head was a basketball hoop. Like, something's wrong here, man. We have so many great musicians that have come from this town and so many that come into this town to play, and there was nowhere to showcase them. So we really saw that as a need for Eau Claire to have a performing arts center like that.
It's important to note that in Zach's experience, art and science,
No, then cut it.
music and computer code are intimately linked. They are twins, born of the same mother,
Yeah, we'll go with that.
mathematics.
They all have a basis in math. There's patterns that you recognize. One of the ways I like to talk about it was really through the eyes of a composer. When I was building a product, it was a lot of different pieces that had to work together. Our software was not really overly complicated, but it had a lot of different pieces that worked from different areas to work together. I think it was easy for me to see all of those connections because I kind of looked at it more like a composer would. And I think that really gave me, if nothing else, speed. Like, I was able to do things very quickly because I understood from a very high level how everything worked together kind of orchestrally. But the biggest thing for me that I got out of my education through the Eau Claire Public School is I learned how to learn. You don't show up as an entrepreneur and know what you're doing. You have to learn every day to figure out not only what you need to do next, but then how to do it. I think that's what a lot of us did there and helped us get to where we are today.
Hey, Zachy.
Yep.
Love you, man.
Love you too, man. Been too long.
I'm very proud of. Very proud.
Thanks.